around this matchup a long time, Tom, but tonight it's the first time as the head coach of Hope going up against Calvin. There has to be a little butterfly or two, wouldn't you think, for Mr.
Well,
Van Dam?
no doubt about it. I talked to him before the game. We've been talking before games for a lot of years, and there was definitely a different look in his eye tonight. You know, he's really excited and nervous about this one. Calvin almost turned it over, but Snickers, who's an impressive player, keeps it in play, and Calvin's going long range right at the outset, but that was a miss from Brent Schuster. He's an amazing player, Schuster. Stands 6'10", but he's probably more effective from beyond the arc. Guy who can really shoot the ball. Hope early on with Tanis. 24 is Nate Snuggerud. Now the big guy working inside. That shot is eaten from Bowser. Here comes Calvin. Snickers is not one to go slowly. He wants to move quickly from the outside. Rodts, a triple. Danny Rodts on the board early, and Calvin Brent not showing any sort of nerves. You would think maybe with a losing record coming into this one, might be a little nervous about it, but they're going to let it all hang out tonight.
Absolutely. They were not shy at all about those last two shots.
Well, it's a smart move inside. And that was Adam Dickerson, the Muskegon native, a senior, getting his team on the board for the first time tonight. 3-2. The backcourt is problematic for Calvin. They really haven't developed an identity there, but this guy is going to be a very good player. It's Jordan Brink, who was pushed out of bounds. He got bumped on the baseline. Brink is a freshman from Indiana. He's got pretty good size, and he's an Indiana high school player, so, you know, I mean, he's got some pedigree. Oh, a lovely feed inside. Nice dish in there from Snickers. Down deep to Danny Rodts, who has 5. Hope has 2. This is a guy who's really added to his game this year. Crombeen, much more of a scorer than a disher. Snickers looking to go all the way. They never stop the ball. And Tom Snickers makes it a 5-point lead. Impressive.
Yes, absolutely, Tom. So far, Snickers certainly not shy either. He's going right at it. He's, like we talked about pregame, he's shooting from the outside. He's taking it in.
He's a physical player, too, and he's just one of those guys that will not be bothered by a couple of misses in this game. From the outside, Hope's triple goes down for Ty Tanis. The senior from Jenison. Crombeen knocked it out of bounds, pleading his case with Jeff Spanosky, one of the men in stripes here tonight, but Calvin will retain. Larry Martin is also here, and the third veteran member of this crew is Mark Ditzworth. So those guys are in charge tonight. They've been around this rivalry as well. Snickers looking to go if he can. Lost the basketball. Good play defensively there made by Snuggerud. Hope looking to go. Bowser. Calvin cut him off. Crombeen now. Bowser from beyond the arc. Great block out by Snickers on the taller player. Calvin moving the ball down the floor pretty easily. That was a source of concern coming in. Miss from the outside from Brian Powell, the long-range bomber. Instead, Tanis goes for 3. How about that?
Unguarded there, Tom. We were talking early on here. Calvin has struggled defending at the three-point line this season so far. Opponents hitting 37%, hit 9 or more triples in each of Calvin's last 7 games. Kevin Vandestreek has got to get out and guard the perimeter a little bit better in this game.
Well, talk about guarding the perimeter. You better get on that guy, Brent Schuster, because he can knock it down from way outside. Schuster with his first triple. It's 10-8. That was new age basketball. We saw that last possession for Hope. 2-on-1. Powell backed off a little bit, and Tanis shot the 3 when traditional strategy would have been to go inside to the big man. Here's Powell, who's got a quick gun. Can't get it down. Rebounded by Hope. Powell played at Wyoming Park. And Tanis is tattooing this spot right here. Not this time, though. Danny Rodts, with a little help from Brink, saves it for Calvin. Calvin's got people at the bench ready to come in. We're off to a fast start and a pretty effective start for both sides. Brink tried to go back door, and that ball was kicked, and Larry Martin missed it. I shouldn't say that he missed it. He saw it, but I think he said to Brink that ball hit his foot, which does not necessarily mean it's a kick. A kick is an actual kicking motion, not just a ball that hit somebody in the toes.
You know, Tom, we've been so used to seeing a different brand of basketball from Calvin the last few years. It's always been the inside-out game with John Mantell and Matt Veltema, but obviously both of those guys have graduated, so Kevin Van de Streek has had to get a little bit more of a dribble drive type approach.
Boy, there's a beautiful little move inside there. The pass went to Snuggerud. Gets his first bucket. We're tied at 10 now, but right back at the other end, Calvin rebounding a miss. Snickers trying to go down deep to Schuster. Forces the shot off glass and down.
Nice lefty there.
Schuster with 5, Rodts with 5, Calvin up a deuce. One thing that strikes you right now, Brent, it looks like these teams are almost evenly matched at the moment height-wise. There's no real big guy out there and no real small people out there.
No, you're absolutely right.
Tanis missed. Hope kept it alive. Crombeen. Nice layoff. Shot contested. Foul inside Schuster, I believe, the guilty party. And we will take a break here. 15-19 left in the first half. It's Calvin on top right now by 2.
Maroon or gold?
What kind of question is that?
Maroon. Gold. Ooh. Oh. Okay.
Can you do the Joker?
Eastern Floral is proud to support WGVU. Offering a creative use of flowers and plants, Eastern Floral prides itself on being part of the community. Eastern Floral, family owned and operated with locations throughout West Michigan and staff ready to serve.
Your locally owned Taco Bell restaurants are proud to sponsor broadcasts of the Hope Calvin basketball games. Taco Bell serves tacos, burritos, signature quesadillas, grilled stuffed burritos, nachos, and other specialty items such as Crunch Wrap Supreme. Local news, games, store locations, and information on new products from West Michigan Taco Bell can be found online at westmichigantacobell.com. Taco Bell. Think outside the bun.
Calvin has the edge in the game right now at 12-10, but in the series, 4 more wins for Hope. As you go back almost 100 years in this basketball rivalry, 90 wins for Hope, 86 for Calvin. And Brent, I'm trying to think when. It was probably about a decade ago. These two teams, for a couple of years there, kept going back and forth into a flat-footed tie. And there was that one year where I think the series was tied and Calvin had a lead of maybe 3 or 4 points.
Yeah,
over,
that was
over
right.
155 or 60 games. It was just incredible. Hope's been a little bit better lately, but the one thing that really, I think, distinguishes this rivalry as Dickerson makes his first free throw of the night is the fact that there have been almost no games that I can remember down through the years where you truly felt that one team or the other didn't have a chance. I mean, you've had years where one team has been a little bit better than the other. You've had years when one team's been a good bit better than the other, but we've seen some upsets when one of these two teams, especially in the case of Calvin, was thought to be way down, and it's pretty amazing to see.
Well, you'll recall 2005, ESPN ranked the Hope Calvin series as the 4th greatest college basketball rivalry out there, and that's behind D1 battles like Duke, North Carolina, Connecticut, Tennessee women, Louisville, Kentucky. I mean, it's that big of a deal and has been for a long time.
Well, that was a problem right there for Calvin trying to dribble through his zone. Matt DeBoer turned it over. He's a sophomore from Covenant Christian in the game for the first time. Calvin is reshuffled a little bit. Powell's in, and that's a man that got lost defensively, and it comes inside to Logan Neal, gets his first bucket of the ballgame.
I'm sure Dad likes to see that against the arch rival, eh?
It's got to be a proud moment. Well, he's seen his son score some points as the basketball coach, but first bucket in the Calvin game when you're the head coach, that's one you'll remember. Powell threw it away. The taller Crombeen taking advantage of that size and wingspan that he has. Brent, he has long arms, this kid. That's going to be a travel called by Larry Martin against Calvin's Chris Ray. Chris Ray is a sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
You know, we talked early on, Tom, about Crombeen offensively, but like you mentioned defensively, this is a guy, too, who can wrap you up. Man, he showed right there that he can do that. So Calvin's going to have to obviously be prepared to deal with that as well.
Yeah, I think the way to attack him is you got to make him move his feet a little bit. You can't let him just stand there. He got lucky, Crombeen. That should have been a foul. Calvin missed an easy shot. The follow-up no good. Calvin a chance for another rebound, and that ball is knocked out of bounds and done so as the result of a foul against Calvin's Brad Schneiders, the senior from Hudsonville Unity Christian. So Hope playing on the lead for the first time now at 14-12. Has a chance to build on the margin a little bit as Crombeen walks it across the timeline, guarded by Brian Powell. Hope's played some zone. That's a little bit of a departure for Hope to play that kind of zone. 4-shot miss. Good defense there that time. Played by Schneiders. Calvin comes up with the loose ball. Here's Powell, who's not really a natural point guard. He's more of an off guard, but he's had to play there with Salo being out. And that's a block shot that's going to be retrieved in the corner. Good play defensively made by Chris Ray, but it comes outside. And that's Tyler Cruz getting his first bucket of the ball game to tie it up. Cruz, a freshman from Calvin Christian. Crombeen likes to get in the lane and then dish. He does it this time and putting it down. Chris Ray for Hope, his first bucket. Both these teams shooting a very good percentage early on, Brent.
Yes, they are. And Crombeen, obviously, as expected, the offense is running to him and through him. And you expected to see that throughout the night.
Calvin trying to post up down low. Boy, it's a beautiful move inside. I don't know how Brad Schneiders ever got his steps right on that one. But a nice little up and under on the other side of the rim. Ties it at 16 as Snickers gets set to check back in. And we'll also get Schuster on here for Calvin momentarily. Not really a lot of pressure on Crombeen. Tanis fumbled that one. He's getting some heat from Danny Rodts. Crombeen. Calvin not allowing Hope to get off the three-point shot. Hope's great at it. Calvin has not defended the triple well this year. A little 8-footer that time. Chris Ray again rings the bell for a 2-point Hope lead. Now Hope back aggressively to the man-to-man. Long ball from the outside, and that is Tyler Cruz now with 5. And a little foul as the basket went in. I think they're going to call a foul against Schneiders. And if so, we will be taking a break. Now they're calling a double foul here on Schneiders. I didn't see who they called the foul against as far as Hope is concerned. But we're on a television timeout anyway. 19-18, Calvin now on top by 1. More basketball to come.
If you talk to any student on campus, that's probably the #1 aspect of Hope that they would tell you about is the community.
Well, the first time I walked out in a Hope basketball game, I was just wowed by all the support we got.
It's just the fact that I've created such a wonderful community of friends.
Right off the bat knew, all right, this is the place for me.
I have a very diverse group of friends here at Hope, and I love my friends.
Cunningham Dahlman PC, attorneys at law, proud sponsor of Hope Calvin basketball on WGVU. Cunningham Dahlman PC, putting clients first. Accessible, responsive, effective, with offices in Holland and Douglas.
Support by Freedom Village, an elegant retirement community located in Holland, Michigan. Freedom Village is all about location. We are less than 3 blocks from historical downtown Holland and Hope College. Our city under roof offers an all-inclusive lifestyle for active seniors. We have an indoor swimming pool, hot tub, and gymnasium. We offer chef-prepared menus in our 5 dining rooms, a general store, full-service bank, and beauty salon. Our life care contract offers you long-term protection for all levels of care under one roof.
Boy, footwork is so important down on the post. Look at this play by Schneiders here. He's cut off. Almost looks like he's going to reverse, but then he turns back to the baseline, and he got away from the defender Logan Neal and got the bucket. The shooting good for that man's team, Matt Neal, but good for Calvin, right?